Well guys, if you don't know how I've Paul Lamberted me way back into the Premier League, then make sure you go and check out last episode now. That's enough spoiler warning for you. Yeah, it's amazing really how Paul Lambert has got back into the Premier League after leaving Stoke, Wolves at the end of last season, joining Stoke, and that's exactly what we've done. We've been sacked by Ipswich, and the next day got approached for the Stoke City job in the Premier League. Somehow we've walked into a million times better a job, and we now have to look for a new house and unfortunately say goodbye to that lovely mansion in Ipswich. But we are on 10 grand more a week, so that is a stupid amount per year, maybe even over $1 million now. Yeah, I think theoretically it will be. It'll be about 1.25 million a year. That's ridiculous. So let's go onto the housing market and see if we can find ourselves a new gaff. Well guys, for some reason my display capture's messed up, and yeah, I can't seem to get this monitor to pick up. But anyway, this monitor can do, and as you can see, the commute from Ipswich to Stoke is impossible really to do every day. 3.5 hours there and back, so yeah, it's not ideal, and we need to move to Stoke and sell up our £1 million mansion, which is a shame. I loved living there, but I think we found quite a nice house here. 695,000, so we've got 305,000 in our back pocket, and plus all of the extra money that we're earning now at Stoke. It's a lovely little house, 5-bedroom detached house. It's about 20 minutes from the ground as well. It's really not in a bad location. There you can see it there. We'll keep going with it. The decor is a little bit questionable in places. That's a really nice conservatory. Some of the carpets will be changed. That's what we'll do with the other 300,000. We'll, make this house the way we want to, because hopefully we'll be at Stoke for more than a year. But every time I've said that before, it hasn't quite turned out that way, has it? But we're in the Premier League now, a solid Premier League side. I think we should be able to stay up with Stoke. But there you go, a blue kitchen. I think we'll be changing that. And the carpets are horrific. But if you can see the land, it's beautiful, and I think it's quite a steal at 695,000. It gives us spare change in our annual salary, and we're just making sure that we're being a bit more careful with money, because, well, we've had our payoff from Ipswich, which will be probably about £1 million, so that's brilliant, and we can live off that for a while. Hey guys, welcome back to some more Football Manager 2018 and part 1 of Season 7 of the Journeyman with Stoke City, our brand new club, our brand new surroundings here in Stoke, in the Premier League once again. We've Paul Lamberted it, everybody. It's not a very easy name to play on words with, but anyway, we're back in the Premier League somehow, and we're now managing Stoke City, who are in 15th in the Premier League. They're 1 point above the relegation zone. We do have a game in hand, though, so we can start moving up the league, I think, and that is going to be the plan. I will just introduce you to the squad. We've got some wonderful players in there. I've already made my first signing. That was Toby Alderweireld, and he is 34, but we've got him until... Actually, we've got him until 2026. I didn't realise that, but he's still a top player, and I think just shoring up the defence is going to be one of our main priorities at the club. But there is plenty of decent players here. The best is Alexis Delgadillo, who is a regen, and he is from Cruz Azul in Mexico. He joined Stoke for 22 million last season, and he's done alright in his first 2 years. He certainly looks like a good player, and he's still got potential to improve. And Andre Horta from Portugal, 27 years old. He's valued at 30 million. He's 4-star ability, 4-star potential. He joined Stoke for a bargain fee of 2.9 million. 4 years ago, and he's had an alright time in the Premier League, but his speciality seasons were in Portugal with Benfica. We've got a few 3.5-star players, including Danny Ings, Cedar Berahino, David Neres, who is a 26-year-old Brazilian. He's come from Arsenal for 12.5, who joined Arsenal from Ajax. So he's had a good few years in the Premier League, and I think he'll be quite decent for us. There's also Kevin Wimmer and Toby Alderweireld, aforementioned. A few 3-star players as well, one of them with a 4-star potential, Josh Tymon. I think I had him last year in my Road to World #1 with England. He joined Stoke in real life, I believe, and has done alright for them. He's certainly going to be a decent left back. You've got Jairo Riedeveld there, and a few selected others. And then we get down to the 2.5 stars. These are the last players. There's quite a few here that I want to let go at the end of the season. Danny Drinkwater's still here. Bruno Martins-Indy is still here. You've got Matthew Ryan, Morgan Schneiderlin, Marcelo. Lots of good players in this squad, and I think quite a bit of depth, which is always good in a relegation fight. This is the season that they've had so far. They haven't won an away match this season, which is, you know, going to be a bit of a problem considering our next 3 matches are away from home. But they've had some decent spells here and there. They're 15th in the league. You know, I think we will be able to keep them up and hopefully push on a bit next season with a few more signings. Financially, they're not in a good position though. They're 20 million in debt, and that is projected to go well down over the next few years, almost up to £100 million in debt by the end of 2026. So 2.5 years away from a lot of financial problems. So the main priority is keep them in the Premier League. If we don't do that, then they'll probably go bust within a couple of years. So we've got to keep them in the Premier League, and we've got to solidify them financially. We have got 5 million in the bank, but we're not going to touch much of this that often, because I think financially we need to keep them in touch. So yeah, it's certainly going to be interesting. Shall we have a look at who their top scorer is? It is Ross Barkley with 4 goals. That is where their problem lies. They're not scoring goals at the minute. They're not creating enough chances, and not enough players are playing well week in, week out. The tactic we're going to go for, especially today, because it's against Man City, is a bit more of a defensive one, a counter-attacking 4-4-1-1. It's pretty much what Roy Hodgson used to play with England. And you see now well that worked. But you know, we're looking to build from the back, make sure that they're solid. We've got 4 good defenders there, and then and hopefully create some chances with these 2 playmakers, and have Berahino just off Danny Ings up top to try and increase our goal threat a little bit. It's certainly going to be difficult, and I think we're going to have our work cut out. But the team that we're going to play for against Man City today is Delgadillo in goal. We've then got Nissen, Wimmer, Alderweireld and Tymon in defence. We've then got Neres, Horta, Recio and Akolo in midfield, with Berahino starting behind Danny Ings up top. We've got quite a strong bench as well. And a few injuries to some key players, which will hopefully be coming back before the end of the season. So let's get into it. Toby Alderweireld, hopefully he'll be a good signing. He's played for Tottenham for absolutely donkey's years. He's always averaged above a 7, which is really, really good for a defender. So I'm hoping that'll be good. We signed him for 2.3 million, I think. So, you know, if it doesn't go well, then so what. But come on, Stoke, let's get a win in our first ever match in charge. The first match back in the Premier League. Remember, our first game in charge of a Premier League side, we beat Arsenal 3-2, coming from behind twice to win that game. So that was with Ipswich. So what can we do with Stoke City? That is the question. The plan is to stay here 3.5 years, but as you know, if you've been watching the Journeyman, I haven't managed to stay at any clubs for more than a year for quite a while now. So it is a journeyman at the end of the day, and that's That's what it's about. It's about moving around and taking the better jobs when you get them. And somehow we managed to Paul Lambert our way into this one. But here's Guerrero. Now to Sergey. Now here's to Luan, to Dolberg, to Luan, to Highsage. It's a good save. Double save from Delgadillo there. And that's fantastic to keep us in the game early on here. We're not creating many chances though, which is a bit of a problem when Man City are peppering the goal. We'll bring them in at half-time. We'll evaluate what's going to happen. You know, we've held them off for 35 minutes though, which is a positive. Here's Santallan. Santallan on the ball, into the middle. Dolberg makes it 1-0. And it had been coming. Man City have absolutely dominated this game. I think we're going to have to change our approach in the second half and maybe look to be a bit more proactive. Maybe go 4-3-1-2 or something like that, or 4-2-3-1. We'll just have to see and really try and turn this around here. Delgadillo gets it away. Can we get a goal back before half time? No, we can't. Santallan. We don't want to be 2-0 down. Santallan into the middle of him our way. Timing back to Delgadillo, which is good. Good stuff. Can he get it away? Come on. Boot it. Boot it! Oh, goodness sake. There was just no need for that. And now we've put ourselves under pressure. We're probably going to concede here. And be devastated. Here's De Bruyne now to Highsage. That's Santallan and it's 2-0. And that's all because of Delgadillo's stupidity when he was in goal there. That was pathetic. He's meant to be a 4-star player. And that just wasn't... I mean, what are you doing? Absolute plonker. So it's 2-0 Man City at half-time. We're not expected to win this game. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not bothered about losing this. But I just wanted to see a bit more. I wanted to see a bit more life. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. Dear me, that was awful. Right, what do we go for? I don't know. I think 2 up top maybe. What does he like to do? The problem is they both like to be advanced forward, so we're always going to run into the problem where one of them's not doing what they want. So that's the lesser of two evils. Akolo can go there. We can bring Neres up top. What does he like to do? He likes to do that as well. I guess that works. If we play him as a central midfielder on support. We could do with a ball-winning midfielder. So shall we bring on Schneiderlin and play him as a ball winner? And just tell him to sit there. He can be an advanced playmaker. Yeah. So play deeper. Exploit the flanks. Yeah, we'll go for that. I know it's a very attacking formation, but we're 2-0 down, you know. But there's no point shutting up shop. You know, otherwise we'll just lose. And we might as well try and get back into the game. That's always my policy about things. 55 minutes gone here. Not too much going on in this match now. But I just want to see a couple of chances made. Here's Neres, forward to Berahino. Berahino now to Neres. Neres forward to Danny Ings, and that's just wide. But a bit more positive, a bit more about that attack there. Now then, Bandy. He can come on for Saido Berahino because he's apparently rubbish. I was singing his praises earlier this match, but he hasn't done very well. So let's bring on Jairo Riedeveld and see what that can do. 70 minutes gone. I think it's time to go attacking and try and force the issue here. Demand more. Here's De Bruyne now to Guerrero. with a shot and a good save by Delgadillo there. Oh, it was off the bar, was it? No, it was a good save. I was right the first time. Here's Guerrero again, good block. And De Bruyne lets it go out for a throw. End of highlight. 10 minutes to go here. Edison. Stones. Now to Tar. Edison. Now here's Gibson. That's forward. Boney to Nissen, now to Neres. Neres on the ball to Horta. Horta forward to Danny Ings. Can he get it into the middle? He certainly can. It's a Colo and it's 2-1. And we're back in the game here. 2-1. We've looked a lot better in the second half since we've started trying to press the issue. I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to attack a little bit more. And a Colo with a good header at the far post. And it's 2-1. Can we get back into this here? And get something out of the game when all looked lost. Nissen has been sent off. What an idiot he is. He's gone. Schneidlin, you can go there. We might as well keep going. Why not? We might just nick something, you never know. 4 minutes of added time here. Vimmer forward to Akolo. Akolo forward to Neres. Can he get it forward? He can. He has Morgan Schneidlin. And it's... Oh, it's in! It's in, and it's Bandy who's scored. It's 2-2. And we've managed to come back from 2-0 here in this second half with the old Blyth tactic, where we just had two wingers and obviously two strikers up top. And Bandy has put it into the back of the net. It's 2-1. That's what we're talking about. We're going to shut up shop. They've got a corner though. Vimmer away. Blow the whistle, ref. Bernardo. Oh, that was so close. But I think the ref is going to blow his whistle. And we've drawn our first game 2-2. The first point on the board. And a point that we weren't expected to get. We were 2-0 down in that game. And we come back. And we did well. And that is where we're going to leave off this episode. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you do leave a like down below. It really does mean a lot for me. Really does help out the channel as well. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.